Happy Saturday. My name is Stacey Leanne. I love makeup and I'm a huge horror fan. Since it is spooky season, my favourite time of year, I thought I would do Monster Month. This week we will be talking all things witches, witchcraft, witch trials, everything. I went in with Beautybays new palettes, Dark Lights. Everything I use will be in the description box down below. Help a fellow witch out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe give it a share, help a girl out. Let's grab our candles and our crystals and let's get into it, iconic glamours.
Welcome to the late night circus where you could be a freak on purpose under the sheets. You know I'm lurking.
Long before the word witch sent shivers down spines, ancient civilizations believed magic was sacred, neutral, and deeply human. In Mesopotamia, a clay tablet warned of sorcerers who could summon storms and sickness. In ancient Greece, the mythical Hecate, goddess of witchcraft and crossroads, ruled the linear space between life and death. In Rome, there were women known as beneficae, and they were accused of brewing potions, sometimes love spells, sometimes poisons. But magic wasn't always thought of as evil. It was controlled, especially in the hands of women, which frightened society. From the 15th to the 18th century, fear took form. As Christianity spread through Europe, anything pagan, herbal, or feminine became suspect. Books like the Malleus Maleficarum, the Hammer of Witches, turned suspicion into law. Women, widows, healers, midwives were all accused of consorting with the devil. Their knowledge of herbs and healing, once respected, was rebranded as dark sorcery. The North Berwick trials in Scotland saw dozens tortured. Agnes Sampson, a respected healer, was accused of raising storms to kill the king. Her screams echoed in the night as proof of her supposed guilt. In Germany, Switzerland and France, entire villages were burned, tens of thousands executed, and hysteria masked as holiness. In 1692, the witch panic crossed the Atlantic. In Salem, Massachusetts, a group of young girls began convulsing, screaming, and claiming they were bewitched. Within months, over 200 people were accused and 19 were hanged. Giles Corey was pressed to death. His final words were "more weight." Now, historians believe it was mass hysteria, politics, or even poisoned grain. But Salem's shadow remains one of America's darkest obsessions. By the 20th century, witches began to rise again, not as villains, but as icons. The Wiccan movement reformed witchcraft as spiritual empowerment. The witch became a feminist symbol, a woman that refused to be silenced. In the 1960s and beyond, the witch was no longer a threat. From Stevie Nicks twirling in velvet to feminist protests chanting "We are the daughters of the witches you couldn't burn." Hollywood embraced her and shaped her into countless forms. In 1939, Margaret Hamilton's Wicked Witch of the West terrified audiences in The Wizard of Oz. The green skin, pointed hat, flying monkeys, and a pop culture blueprint. Then came Samantha Stevens from Bewitched, casting domestic spells in the 1960s. She wrinkled, twitched her nose, and made witchcraft cute. In the 1990s, brought rebellion and edge with Nancy Downs from The Craft, eyeliner sharp enough to cast, and witchcraft was punk, it was dangerous, it was seductive. Meanwhile, the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus turned witchery into campy chaos. And in horror, the Blair Witch Project terrified us with what we couldn't see. Each witch reflected her era, the fears, the fantasy, and the freedom women were fighting for. Makeup itself has become like spell work, transformation, intention, rituals, black lipstick, glitter tears, and a gaze that just says, I'm magic. Pop culture witches like Wanda Maximoff, Sabrina Spellman, and even the witches of American Horror Story Coven show us power wrapped in couture. They are strong, stylish, and unapologetically supernatural. From the pyres of Europe to TikTok tarot decks, the witch has never really died. She's evolved from victim to villain to icon. Her story is ours, one of survival, transformation, and beauty in darkness. So take a good look in the mirror and just remind yourself of your own power. Thank you for joining me in the shadows. If you loved exploring the legacy of witches, from history's flames to Hollywood, and stay enchanted, because here we believe that beauty is a little bit wicked. Stay spooky, stay glam, and I will see you next week.